Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And coach, the Tigers, 2 games at home, Thursday against Charleston, and then Monday afternoon in a matinee game against Drexel. And the Tigers come out victorious in both of those games. And in both of these games, especially against Drexel, the rebounding was fantastic, especially on the offensive boards, but your defense really stepped up.
Well, it shows you how good the league is this year. You can see why the league is probably the highest it's been in the last decade. There's just a lot of competitive games, agonizing to go through. But we were fortunate on Monday against Drexel. Overall our defense was good. We had a hard time getting them to shoot a bad percentage, but we did rebound it well. We caused some turnovers, and then we took care of the ball. But that was we were incredibly fortunate. Drexel's good. They're well coached. They were playing well. And we had a great, Thursday night I thought we probably played our best half of the season in the first half. We were really good defensively, and then we took care of the ball all night. Our guys are playing hard. I thought they played with a lot of force both games. I thought that showed late in the Drexel game. Tejada late really got to the basket, got to the foul line. We made some big free throws in both games. That was important as well.
The Charleston game, this was a team that came in averaging 78 points a game. You held them to 52. So obviously you guys dictated the way you wanted that game to go.
Yeah, I think we had a hard time scoring too. They got 2 7-footers. The kid Chol is the defensive player of the year in the league. I mean, he's a major factor around the rim. We got a lot of shots at the rim. It's a hard guy to score against. So we wanted to score more. Charleston had a lot to do with that. I thought we did a good job of, Charleston's guards are really good players, and then the kid Duggan's first-team All-League. I thought we did a good job of making those guys make tough shots, which when they came back, they did. I mean, Hickman really, really shot the ball well. We know how good Counter is. So it's like I said, they got a good team. That's a tough game prep. And you saw the same thing yesterday. I thought, kid Blakeney's playing like a first-team All-League kid for Drexel. He made a shot late in the game where I'm like, oh boy, we're in trouble. I mean, like, we guarded that about as well as you could guard. They made 3 of those late in the second half. 22 made a tough one late, and 3 made a really hard pull-up. And, it's it's a hard league this year.
You're down 17 to Drexel. At halftime, you're down 12. What do you tell the team? What is it what magical words did you have that you guys played much better in the second half?
I'm not sure they'd be using a Pixar movie. I thought a big thing for us, obviously our pursuit of the ball in the glass. We got 42% on the offensive glass and 92% on the defensive glass. And then we didn't turn it over at all. So, but like I said, I thought late in the second half you saw some really good mojo from both Dylan, made some big, tough shots. And I said, I think Tejada, even though he didn't shoot from the perimeter, he was relentless in attacking the rim, and that gave us a little energy. And the crowd was incredible yesterday. For a Monday at 1 o'clock on a holiday, that was a major, major difference in the game.
Yeah, it was the biggest crowd of the year.
Is that right? Yeah, I just thought that it just gave our guys juice. And then we continue to get. Caleb's been playing well, which is important. Moore played great against Charleston. We've got to get that consistently for him. But we've seen really good progress from Tyler Coleman, Jaquan Womack, and then Chike Nadefo have all given us, some growth.
All right, so the team starts 0-4 in the conference. You've bounced back now. You've won 3 in a row, working your way up the standings. And a tough road trip coming up this week to North Carolina to take on Elon on Thursday and North Carolina A&T on Saturday. Elon comes in there averaging 85 points a game. They're the best offensive team in the league.
They can really score. Billy Taylor's done a good job. They've got a kid Cutthroat that he's like RoboCop. I mean, he's like a small 5-man with a motor. He scores, he rebounds, and then they play with great pace. They take care of the ball. They can really shoot it. You know, the kid 11 and then 0, Coakley off the bench. These guys are snipers. They run, you know, similar to us when it's been effective. They run really good off-ball actions. A lot of them, good screening team. Really fast in transition. They are a hard team to stop, and then we're going to see a lot of matchup zone from them.
Yeah, they're also a team, 4 guys averaging double digits. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. They're on a roll. But then on Saturday, you go into an opposite situation where North Carolina A&T's having a rough time. They're 0-6 in the league, but 3 of their losses have been by 7 or less points.
Yeah, they could have won. I've already watched a couple of their games. Elon and Northeastern, they had wars with those teams. So they're all hard on the road. A&T's a much more connected group. You can just see them on the court with their personnel. And they've got a lot more to be like good front court guys. Take better shots. You know, so that'll be a early game on Saturday. It's never easy. We might have some wonderful weather down there in the Carolinas. So, you know, we've got to put together on a quick turnaround a great game plan against Elon, and we have to have an incredible defensive effort, and we've got to play with offensive discipline.
So 3-4. Do you start looking at the standings yet to see where everybody stands, or do you try to stay away from that?
You know, I haven't looked at it at all. Less than any time since I've been here. We're starting to get a little better. We had a little bit of a rough patch, and so we've just totally been obsessed with getting, at least for me, how do we get better and then prepare for our next opponent. Everything else really doesn't matter.
All right, so the Tigers will take on Elon, 7 o'clock on Thursday night. I'll have it for you on TowsonTigers.com, and then 2 o'clock against North Carolina A&T on Saturday. You know,
you got any like wisdom or nuggets?
Michael Jordan once said, "I've missed 9,000 shots in my life. I blame the rim."
Did he? He really say that?
You want to tell that to some of your players?
What's that? I'll let you do that on the trip.
That went over like a lead balloon. All right, well, that'll do it for this edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. For Pat Scarry, I'm Spiro Maricas. Thanks for tuning in.